Hello, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to today's webinar session brought to you by Arizona State University, Ann Kaplan, and Shiksha.com. The topic for today's webinar is UG programs offered by Arizona State University, USA, Ann Kaplan. The panelist for today who has joined us is Ms. Amy Dalen, Associate Director, Application Management, Kaplan International Pathways. And our second panelist today is Ms. Meenakshi Raghuvanshi. She is Market Manager, Indian Subcontinent, US Programs, Kaplan International Pathways. Thank you both of you for joining us today. Students, before starting up, I would like to give you the guidelines. If you have questions, please post your questions in the Q&A section. We will take these questions in next 30 minutes. And if you want to ask question directly to Amy and Meenakshi, please click on raise hand bar. I will unmute you and you can ask your question to them directly. I would now request Amy to please start with the presentation.
Great. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us to talk about Arizona State University. So today we're going to focus a little bit more so on the undergraduate programs. So we're going to talk about Arizona State University as kind of just the general university information, but then also really delve a little bit more deeper into the requirements and the program offerings for undergraduate students. Okay. So just to start off then, talking a little bit more about Arizona State University, just some high-level facts and figures to provide to you is that Arizona State University, they have 5 campuses. We're going to talk about those in depth a little bit later, but I wanted to touch on that point because they are a little bit spread out, but there's no main campus per se with ASU. So they do have multiple campuses that offer different types of programs and different types of campus experiences. So we'll talk about that further a little bit later. They do currently have about 120,000 students enrolled at Arizona State University. And with that, over 13,000 of those are international students. So they have a lot of different offerings for all students. And so there's a great opportunity for students to build relationships, to really experience the campus experience, and to just really interact with many different students from around the world. It was founded in 1885, so it is an older university. It's a public university, so there are additional, perhaps, requirements that they need to adhere to due to being a public university in the United States. They are a top-tier national university as well, and a lot of research opportunities. We're going to look at some of those opportunities a little bit later in the presentation. But just to know, they have over $640 million in research funding. That is a huge amount. That offers a lot of opportunity for students, including those at the undergraduate level, not just the graduate level, to really be able to experience those research opportunities. Excuse me. Just some notes as far as they have 6 Pulitzer Prize winners that have graduated from Arizona State University. And so they have a lot of accolades that we're going to talk about next that, just show the high quality of education that Arizona State University provides. When you look at the map, you'll notice that it is located in the southwest of the United States. So very close to California. It's about an hour flight to San Diego, hour-and-a-half flight to Los Angeles, just to kind of give you an idea of how close it is. One of the main attractions is the Grand Canyon, of course, which students are able to go visit and see as well as one of the wonders of the world. So it is a desert climate that's a little bit more, it can be warmer, it can be hotter during the summer, but it doesn't get super cold. So it just kind of gives you an idea of the climate that Arizona provides. When we look at the rankings and accolades of Arizona State University, a lot of high rankings with their programs. So 41 best engineering school. The engineering programs at Arizona State University are very competitive and they're very strong. So it's something to be aware of, along with their business school, which is number 35, ranking with that. So that signifies that the programs, the degrees offered in these colleges at Arizona State University are very strong programs, which also leads then to students going into graduate school or receiving employment offers after they would complete the undergraduate degree at ASU. They also are very highly ranked with national universities with 108. They're ranked in 220 for the world ranking. But the #1 ranking that ASU is the most proud of and really exemplifies what ASU is the #1 most innovative university. What does that mean? It means that ASU likes to think forward thinking. So they like to try new things. They like to think outside the box. They like to look at different ways to handle different possibilities, providing different solutions, different opportunities. It's something that they really speak highly of, but they do. And it's not just words with ASU. They really provide a lot of opportunity for students to explore different ways to innovate within the areas that they would like, whether that's computer science or engineering or business or music or arts. They provide a lot of opportunities so that students can explore how to be innovative as well. So this is, for the 6th year in a row, Arizona State University has been the #1 most innovative university, which is a really high accolade for them because it shows the strength of their programs, and it also shows the strength of them as a university. It is what they believe and what they actually act on as well. When we talk about more of the program type of rankings, important to note too that #30 for the best business program and #42 for the best engineering program. So their programs adhere to a lot of high standards. So the quality of teaching, the quality of curriculum, the quality of the program, you're going to come out well prepared for your career when you graduate from ASU. Some of the special notes, they're #2 for supply chain management, #11 for management information systems, and #15 for international business. So it is really important to, as well as you're looking at the ranking of the university, but also looking at the ranking of the individual programs that they offer, which speaks to the high quality of the programs that ASU has. Now we're going to talk a little bit more, as I referenced before, the 5 campuses, 1 degree. So ASU, they do have multiple campuses, but there's not a main campus per se and then satellite. Each campus offers the same opportunities for students as the Tempe campus, which would be the largest campus that they have. So they like to say that depending on what the student would like to experience campus-wise, they probably have a campus that's going to allow you to meet that experience. If you enjoy a larger campus experience, then the Tempe campus would be more to your liking, where they have about 17% of the international population on the Tempe campus is international. And then they have medium-sized and smaller size and even very intimate size. So it really depends on what you're looking for as far as the campus experience. It can adjust the teacher to student ratio a little bit, but also just the amount of students on campus. So when you're talking downtown campus, which is going to be more the urban feel because it is downtown Phoenix, that it is a medium-sized campus. A lot of the programs, as far as like for law or for health services, those types of programs are going to be available on the downtown campus. But then you also have Polytechnic, or you have the West Campus, which are more of a smaller type of feel for campus. And so it's something that it's just a smaller environment. It's more intimate, that you would be able to have access to different things that might not need to walk as far as, let's say, for Tempe campus. So each campus in its own right offers something very special for the students, and it's really up to you to decide what type of experience are you looking for. And ASU will have that type of experience. When we look at international students, so again, many different international students are already attending ASU. So they are very welcoming to international students. They have a lot of opportunities for involvement for international students as well. That is part of the whole student body. So it's something that when you talk about that high number of students enrolled at ASU, that provides a lot of opportunity for that. So it's something that their class size, they pay very close attention to that. So just because they have a lot of students attending the university doesn't mean that all of their classes are these huge lecture style type of classes. They have a lot of smaller classes as well, where you really get to know your professor, and your professor will get to know you. So it's something that is really important as well. When you're looking at a university, what type of classes that they offer and what range of classes that they offer, because you want to have a very positive experience in the classroom as well. And the professors who are teaching at ASU, they do a lot to make sure to provide the students with the support and the information needed so that you can be successful. One thing that we wanted to talk about for the undergraduate, they do have an honors college. So it's something that you do need to submit an additional application to apply for the honors college, the Barrett, the honors college. But a lot of great opportunity here. So they would be looking for a higher GPA. They're looking for involvement in your community, volunteering, different jobs that you might have had, anything to show that you are involved in what you're pursuing, as well as leadership opportunities. So it's something with that Barrett really offers kind of an additional level of support for the students. So you will have your own connections to professors and to the different advisors. It's kind of that additional level of involvement with the university. So if interested, I highly recommend that you apply for the Barrett Honors College as well, because it provides a lot of additional networking opportunities, internships, different things like that. Now, when we're looking at just the undergrad programs, ASU has a lot of different options for the undergraduate degrees. They have over 350 majors. So typically, the intakes are fall and spring. They do have some programs that start in summer for the undergraduate as well. The academic year would be 2 semesters. Typically, a bachelor's degree is going to take the 4 years, which is pretty typical for US education. As far as the academic documents needed in order to apply for the undergraduate programs, they would need at least the last 3 years of complete high school transcripts. Okay? And they're looking for a minimum of a 3.0 GPA. This is out of the US 4.0 system. Okay? They do require English language scores as well. They do offer conditional admission on English. So if you're not able to provide that English score right away, you could still see if you're academically eligible to enroll in the program at ASU. But in order to enroll in that program, you would need an unconditional offer, and that would include providing English language scores. For TOEFL, there's a range, and it depends on the program you're applying to. Some programs are going to have the minimum university requirements, such as the TOEFL 61, and some, such as those in journalism or communications, might have higher entry requirements, such as 100 TOEFL, which might be for those more journalistic type of degrees. IELTS, again, there would be a range depending on the program you're applying to, so it's important to do your research and make sure that you're able to provide the English language level needed as per the program you're applying to. It could range from a 6.0 for IELTS to a 7.0. Pearson, they could do a 53 to a 73, again, depending on the program you're applying to. And Duolingo, they do accept that as well, and it's a 95 would be the university minimum, up to 120. Again, there's a range in there depending on your program you would like to apply to. SAT, ACT is optional. It's not required to submit your application to ASU. So if you would like to provide that, you're more than welcome to. But ASU for the undergraduate programs, they're going to look more so at your GPA and your English language score. That's what they're going to base your admission on. If you might be borderline, so if your GPA is not quite 3.0, or it might be additional higher entry requirements for the program you're applying to, then they might look at additional information such as SAT or ACT scores, or request further information from you just to help support your application. The cost of attendance for undergraduate programs, you're looking at about $30,500 per year. Tuition and living, which means including your housing costs, that it would be more so about $55,000. So just to give you an estimate of what you would be looking for with that. Now, with that being said, ASU does offer scholarships, merit-based scholarships. So there's not a separate application needed for the undergraduate students. It is awarded up to $15,500 per year. And it's renewable as long as you meet the renewable criteria, which is typically a GPA, maintaining full-time enrollment, that type of status that you would need to maintain. Again, no separate application is required for this. When you apply to ASU, they're automatically going to be reviewing you for a potential scholarship to see if you might be eligible. This is going to be based on your English language score and your GPA. That's how they review for scholarships. There's really no additional information that would be able to be provided. It's pretty straightforward with that. And then just a little bit more about the Barrett Honors College is that you would want to make sure that you receive unconditional admission into the program you applied for, and then you would be able to look at potentially applying to Barrett Honors College. They do need, or they did in the past, they needed an SAT score. For fall 2021, they have waived this. So that's kind of a great opportunity to apply not needing the SAT score at this time. They do require additional 2 letters of recommendation and 2 essays, and then a resume. Again, just including information such as extracurricular, volunteering, any work experience you might have, anything like that. They kind of want to see more of you as the whole person. What drives you? What inspires you? What makes you want to do more and become more involved? So let's talk about careers in entrepreneurship. So again, thinking about ASU being that #1 for innovative, is that goes along with their entrepreneurship and their career services as well. So they have a very strong career services department that work with students and provide different opportunities, career fairs, even just services as far as how to write a good resume or a cover letter, or what are interviewing tips and practice with doing an interview, those types of things, as well as looking at internships and what opportunities there would be for that. So it is something that highly encourage students to take full advantage of the career services available at ASU, because it provides a lot of support that when you graduate, then you are very well prepared to go out into the workforce and to start looking for future careers. Some of the employers recruiting at ASU, just to give you an idea of the widespread of opportunities that are available for students, all students at ASU. And again, looking at ASU works really closely with different employers and different companies and providing those internships and the career fairs and opportunities so that students have that exposure to different types of employers. So you have Kohl's, you have Honeywell, DHL, American Airlines, FedEx, and this is just a snapshot of those. There's additional ones. There's many, many more that they work with, but this is just to give you an idea of what employers that you would be exposed to while attending ASU. Let's talk a little bit about safety. Is that ASU values the safety of the students, of course, as #1 priority. So they do have some opportunities on campus just to support that. So they do have emergency call boxes. They have a phone app to make sure that you're able to access resources and be able to contact whoever is needed for the safety, as well as a telephone dispatch center. So, and they have their own police department on campus, which is really beneficial as well. So any students I've talked to that have attended or are attending ASU feel very safe on campus, and it's something that they hold very highly, and it is, again, of the utmost importance at ASU. So these are just some of the resources that they put forward for this, but they make sure that students feel safe and that they are safe and that they have every opportunity to reach out, and that includes even just counseling service or any of those type of opportunities as well. They want to support the student as a whole, not just your academics, but your whole experience in the US and at ASU, and making sure that you feel safe and supported. Now talking a little bit more about the research opportunities that we talked about previously. So a lot of fun, exciting, innovative type of research opportunities are available at ASU. And again, it's not just on the graduate side, but also in the undergraduate side. You start very early with really great research opportunities at the undergraduate ASU programs. So some of them, sustainability undergrad research experience, there are a lot of specific type of research experiences depending on the degree that you might be going into, but then even just in your department. So Fulton, which is their engineering schools, they have an undergraduate research initiative as well. So it's something that it's an overall importance and it's an overall focus of the different departments at ASU as well to be able to provide those research opportunities, which are highly funded, which is great to see and super great for the students to experience them as well. So it provides a lot of hands-on type of experience in the program. So you're not just learning from books and the resources, you are experiencing and able to apply different concepts and different items that you're learning about in the classroom through these research opportunities as well. Now, student housing. So ASU, they do want first-time freshmen to live on campus. So they do guarantee housing for first-time freshmen for the first year. Many students continue to live on campus because it's a great experience and it's a really nice way to continue to build experience or build relationships and experience kind of the full campus environment at ASU. So one thing to note is that ASU, they do housing as per your academic college. So if you are enrolled in a program, let's say in Fulton, which is their schools of engineering, there is housing just for Fulton Schools of Engineering students. If you are in the W.P. Carey School of Business, then they have housing just for those students for W.P. Carey School of Business. This is a great opportunity early on and just to build relationships with those students that will be in your classrooms. They're going to be in your programs. They're going to be in your clubs and your external type of programs or organizations that you might be involved with. So it's something that you're able to really work and live with people in similar mindsets, similar goals, similar programs that they're enrolled in. So really great opportunity to live on campus and experience that. Now, a couple of organizations we wanted to highlight is the Indian Students Association, which is a really supportive organization on campus. They provide a lot of services for students, such as picking up from the airport, helping students with their housing or banking support, social events, a lot of social events. So it's something, it helps to have students feel comfortable with getting involved. They are very much there to be a support and to answer those questions that students might be worried about asking somebody, or bringing up those topics that might not, they might not be comfortable with. This organization will help, and they'll provide a lot of information for students, especially those new students on campus, providing a lot of additional support for them. Along with that, the International Students and Scholars Center on campus for ASU, this is very much an overall for support for international students. So really, any questions you might have about I-20s or visas, or how do I do this on campus, or where do I go for this? The ISSC is a great resource, and it's something that it has a very clear mission to support those international students on campus and off campus, and making sure that they get the information they need, that they, again, ASU is very much of, they do not want you to stay wondering. They want you to have the information, and they want you to be able to go to people who would know the information and not be afraid to ask questions. So they really do a lot to provide that level of service to the students and that support to the students, so that you will be comfortable going to them, asking different questions, and they can guide you. If they're not able to provide the answer, they will guide you on where to find the answer. And just with questions, so President Crow of ASU, he encourages students to raise your hand. So just as we talked about before, that it's really important for students to ask questions, not hold back, be forward with your professors and your support organizations and anybody that might be able to help you. It's to ask questions so that we can answer them for you. And that goes along the same lines for the application process. If there's questions about the programs or about the process in general, reach out, ask questions to your representative, and then we'll make sure that you get the information that you need in order to really confidently move forward with that application. All right, and that is the information we have for Arizona State University. I think we definitely have time for questions, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you might have for me.
Thank you so much, Amy. Yes, we have a lot of questions.
Okay.
I will start taking up a few questions which students have posted in the Q&A section.
Okay.
Uh, okay, so I'm taking up the first question, which is from Shri Surya. And Shri is asking, I'm currently in class 12th and I'm interested in computer science undergraduate program. What
Okay.
documents and certificates should I submit, as our results will be announced by 15th July 2021?
Yes, and that's okay. So when we talk about the 3 complete years, if the 12th grade, if that final year is not available yet, that's okay. ASU will review with the next 3 years. So in this case, it would be 9, 10, 11 that you would want to submit, knowing that that 12th grade will not be available yet. That's okay. ASU will be able to make a decision on those 9th through 11th grade. So we want 9th grade, 10th grade, and 11th grade complete transcripts. Go ahead and submit those with the application, and then the English language scores, and they would be able to review with those documents.
Okay. Moving to the next question, which is from Brijesh Maurya. Brijesh is asking, does Arizona State University offer combined 5 years bachelor's and master's degree in accounting?
That, the specific in accounting, I would have to research that a bit further just to make sure. They do offer those types of accelerated programs where they kind of combine the undergraduate and graduate. I'd have to research a little bit more just to make sure if it was available in accounting, but I'm happy to do so.
Okay. So this is again from Sri. He's asking, is staying in hostel dorms compulsory for international undergraduate students?
For the first year, so it's not, ASU kind of words it, they highly encourage students, first-year students, to live in the residence halls on campus. So it is guaranteed housing, and they do expect that all students, including international students, that they would reside in the on-campus housing for the first year.
Okay. Next question is from Aradhya. She's asking, do we have to give English proficiency test if we belong to a school where the medium of education is English?
There are English waivers, or English exemptions is what they call them. They are available. So there are certain criteria that you would need to meet in order to be qualified for that. So rather than giving a blanket yes or no, then we would want to take a look at the information regarding your school and just making sure. But yes, there is potential for certain waivers to be available for those types of situations.
Okay. Okay. Umesh is asking, I
If
have
you can allow me to just add one thing. Lakshmi, just wanted to add to what Amy said. It's we've been recommending student to have an English language because at the undergraduate level it becomes a key for us to for ASU to kind of work on the scholarship grid. So if you have the score, it's really good to have the good score to get a scholarship. Correct me, Amy, if I'm wrong. To have a
Yes.
great English language, IELTS, TOEFL, or Duolingo, it basically determines your scholarship. So it's a key, and you should consider taking. Even if you want to take it later, that should be all right.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, because the scholarships are based on GPA and English language, it can affect, if you have a higher English language, it can mean a higher award that you might be eligible for. So to Meenakshi's point, yes, in terms of admission, that's a different kind of bucket. But if you look at that in addition to the scholarship potential, it would be more advantageous for you to submit English language scores to be reviewed for that.
Okay. Okay. Moving to the next question from Umesh. He's asking, I have overall 6 band in IELTS, and in listening I have 5 band. Am I eligible for applying in your university?
And apologies, I didn't catch all of that. It was the IELTS 6.0, but
yeah, 6 bands in overall 6 band and 5 in listening. So he's asking if he's eligible to apply.
Gotcha. So ASU, they do not look at those sub-scores. They don't look at the specific scores within that. They're going to look at the overall. If your overall score is at least a 6.0 or higher, depending on the program you want to apply to. Some of the programs, let's say computer science or or some maybe business programs might have a higher requirement for English language proficiency. So just make sure to check that. But looking at the university minimum, if it's a 6.0, they don't look at those separate bands. They're going to look more so at the overall score.
Okay. Okay, we'll take few live questions from student. I'm going to unmute few students, and students, you can ask your question directly to Amy and Meenakshi. So I'm going to unmute Akarsh Gupta. Please ask your question. Akarsh, you also have to unmute yourself before asking.
Yes, madam. Can you tell me more about the co-ops and internship programs in the undergraduate courses?
It would be dependent upon the program. So it's something that some programs are going to have the internships built into their programs, and some it might be that the career services department would work more directly with you. It kind of depends on the program you're interested in.
Like
but
computer science, madam. Computer science.
I'd have to look more into that. I don't have that information directly in front of me. Meenakshi, I don't know if you have additional information on that specific program.
No, Nani, it's just that, sorry, no, Amy.
Yeah.
It's just that, you have career services website, you can explore. The only mandate I remember for undergrad and grad student is that you have to finish your, entire, 1 year full academic year before you begin your internships. So that's the law. And you can register and explore through Handshake and through career services for an internship option, since these options are open and some of the internship options have a year or 6 months early deadline to make an application. So you should start. But I think you have to finish your first full academic year before you start your co-ops or internships, even if you're an undergrad or grad student.
Yeah, correct. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else who wants to ask a question? Lakshmi, are you still there?
Yeah, thank you so much, Akarsh. Next, I'm going to unmute Manik. Manik Singhal, please ask your question.
Hello, ma'am. Do you have pre-medical undergrad courses for medical students who want to give MCAT?
Pre-medical, is that, yeah, sorry, Meenakshi, go ahead.
No. I was just saying we do have a pre-medical program, but you have to have a full bachelor's degree to appear for an examination of an MCAT. That's what my understanding is.
Actually,
But
ma'am, in India, in high school, I have done majority of the subjects which are covered in the pre-medical. So, is there a
Okay.
chance that I can finish my degree a bit early? As I read somewhere, it is possible if I have done majority of the subjects in high school.
If there are students at an IB level, they are eligible for few credit waiver at the undergraduate level. But your entire application needs an evaluation before we commit anything. Will you get a credit waiver at the undergraduate degree level or not? So, and we've seen couple of students who had an the basic their high school from IB, and they've been able to avail some credit waiver. But that commitment is too early to say, or until you make an application, your entire profile goes on evaluation. And also, it is highly recommended for you to be in touch once you're admitted with your advisor to discuss all these details.
And
Amy,
ma'am,
you would like?
what would be the match rate of the university with a course streams like surgery or neurology?
That's way beyond the bachelor's level discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that about transfer? Is it about transfer credits potentially?
No, he's asking about what if I want to become a surgeon or a neurology surgical surgeon in the United States post my bachelor's degree or post my MD. So
Gotcha.
it's too hard to say at this stage.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manik. Next, I'm going to unmute Pritha Ganguly. Pritha, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hi, Amy. Hi, Meenakshi. My question to you is, I'm interested in the astrobiology course. Okay, so do you have this course in your university? I read about it. Can you just tell me what are the exact requirements for this? What do I need to do from here in my high school? After that, from what I understood from you is that I need to have an IELTS score or a TOEFL score. plus 3 years transcripts. Anything else besides that?
What specific program? Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
Astrobiology course.
So I think that it might be easier if those very degree specific, if you work with your representative on that, and we can research those further.
All right. So in
Yeah.
that case, I need to talk about this with what? With Meenakshi?
You can get in touch with me later. You have Shiksha counselor who can guide you to get in touch with me personally. We have astrophysics program, astrobiology. I'm not unable to see, but I'm sure we can work on that option once you get through your Shiksha counselor. We'll be happy to connect to you individually.
All right. So I would like to have your email address in that case because I have Lakshmi's email address right now.
I'll be able to share my details with you over the email, and Shiksha is going to share all the students who are attending, and I'll send you a thank you message, and you can revert to that message.
All right.
Prita,
Thank you,
you will
Meenakshi. Thank you, Amy.
you'll get a call back. Prita, you will get a call back from Shiksha counselor as well. So you can share your concerns with them and they will be able to help you, guide you further.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much, Prita. Okay. Next, I'm going to unmute Aryan Alawat. Aryan, please ask your question. Aryan, please unmute yourself.
Hello, good evening. I'm in class 11 and it will be over in like 2 months. And I wanted to come to United States.
Aryan, your voice is not clear. Hello, Aryan, you there? Okay, I'll move to the next question. Next student. We'll check back Aryan later. Okay, I'm now going to unmute Brijesh. Brijesh Maurya, please ask your question. Please unmute yourself.
Hello. Does Arizona University help student in preparation of CPA exam? Yeah, certified public accountant.
So,
Sorry,
Amy,
yeah.
is
Can you hear me?
does ASU prepares students for a CPA examination, which is
Yeah.
Yes,
professional
that is part of
accounting?
the program. Yes, they would be able to assist with that preparation. That would be more the part of the accounting program. Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah. Actually, currently in my high school. Yeah, I would like to do first my bachelor's and master's. Then I will be eligible for CPA exam. Does Arizona University helps in all these processes? Like.
So the program is designed in a way, I'm sorry, I missed on your name, that it covers maximum syllabus of your CPA examination, but you want to take a separate coaching and tutoring for CPA examination, you can do that. But it's a part of the Masters of Accountancy program, and it specifically has a CPA into it. So yeah, it does cover a lot of aspect of CPA, but you don't have a separate program.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Brijesh. Next, I'm going to unmute Poonam Patni. Poonam, please ask your question and unmute yourself.
Hello. Yeah. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Hello.
Yes. My question is that with financial aid, does AZU help with any other extra finance or loan, or do you have any financial aid? Do you provide any financial aid as well, or some extra scholarship than the scholarship which you mentioned?
It would typically be that scholarship. There are additional scholarships you could apply for. It would take more. It's not per se specifically for through ASU per se, but maybe some outside scholarships type of thing. But the international students wouldn't be eligible for financial aid per se. So that would not. Meenakshi, I don't
Okay.
know if you have additional information.
Nothing as such, some of the international students do get Barrett scholarship if you are admitted to Barrett school, which is an additional scholarship that happens once you are a part of the ASU system. And yeah, Kaplan does offer some scholarship to students. That is a discretion once you are admitted and you work with your counselor on those scholarships.
Okay. What is the name of the scholarship you said, ma'am?
You can be in touch with Shiksha, Team Shiksha, and they will guide you on additional scholarship through Kaplan.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Poonam.
Thanks, Poonam.
Next, I'm going to unmute Raghav Khandelwal. Raghav, please ask your question and unmute yourself.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that if ASU offers fully funded scholarships for international students.
No, not fully funded. So the top award, and that would mean a high GPA and a high English language level, would be the 15,500. So they don't offer full scholarships though.
Okay, and by high GPA, can the SAT also be considered apart from the GPA?
Not for not for the scholarships. They would look at your English language and they would look at your GPA. SAT they don't take into consideration for that.
And we'll have to apply in a separate application for the scholarships, or will automatically be considered?
Right, no separate application is needed. You would be when you apply, and then once you are admitted or you are offered for your program, then ASU reviews you for that scholarship as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Raghav. Next student is Bhargav Das. Bhargav, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to know that due to the COVID-19 scenario, our class 11 exam was also cancelled. Then what type of documents now I have to submit?
For the class 11, so you would not have 11th grade? Is that what you're referencing?
Yes, ma'am. Due to COVID-19 scenario, our exam was cancelled.
Do you have a passing grade sheet, right? I mean, I'm sure they've given you some certificate to say that you jump to the next class.
Yes, but the exam was not conducted. No, ma'am, the exam was directly cancelled and it was promoted in a mark basis, means who are in 11.
But you can request your school to supplement with a generic mark sheet, even if they have promoted you on some grounds, like a preschool or a pre-11th grade mark sheet. You can request them. I'm sure they will be able to give you a mark sheet. School does that.
Okay.
Special request.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
You can supplement that, the one which is signed and stamped by a school principal. That would work as a 11th grade mark sheet.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Bhargav. Students, if you have further questions, please either click on raise hand tab, or you can put your question in the Q&A section. I am moving to the next question, which students have put in the Q&A section.
Okay.
Okay, so this question is from Prem. Prem is asking, please tell me about the fees of BTech in computer science and about the placement details.
Fees for the program. I'm not quite sure I understand the fees, the program and the placement.
He's asking about the undergraduate BS computer science program tuition fee and the placement statistics. So I'll take that question. Tuition fee for the undergraduate bachelor's degree, 1 year will be around $32,000. If you're including books, livings, and your accommodation or your insurance cost, that'll cost you around $55,000. And about the placement statistics, I have that grad thing. You can refer to the link, which I can share it with you on the career services website, or you can be in touch with the Shiksha to know more about the placement stats of the BS graduates. I'll be able to help you on those statistics.
Okay. So there are a few questions from anonymous students who are asking, does Arizona State University offer application fee waiver?
Yes, for students, if you apply through Kaplan, then you do not need to pay the application fee. Which is great.
Yeah.
Okay. Other questions which are asked by a lot of students, that which is a good English language test, IELTS or Duolingo, will be accepted by the university, or out of these two, which has a better edge in terms of applying to the university?
Oh, either one. They are all considered equally per se. So it's really the students, it's their comfort level, and as well as if they feel that Duolingo might be more accessible, because you're able to take it online rather than doing the IELTS or the TOEFL, that's an option. So they don't weight any of the English tests one over the other. They would equate them all equally and look at the scores accordingly.
Okay. Another question from Aradhya Biswal. She's asking, if I get selected in ASU but fail to get scholarship, can I get a scholarship in next year?
That would be something to work with. So it's kind of outside of the Kaplan ASU scholarship that you would be considered for. So it's something that you could look at the opportunities for that. I think it's working with the scholarship office at ASU to see what opportunities there might be to apply to that. We're able to provide a little bit more information on those initial scholarships, because that's what we have set up with ASU, but any additional scholarships later on, that would be kind of outside of that information, but there could be potential there.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is from Jeremiah. He's asking, I want to know if ASU have sports scholarship programs, and how does that work with studies?
So anytime you're talking about sports and recruitment for sports and sports scholarships, that's kind of an additional layer to your application. So we handle more of the academic and just that admission side. If you're looking for more of a sports specific, then you would want to contact the specific coaches, the specific sports that student might be interested in. It's not something that you would be able to perhaps apply to through Kaplan. That would be kind of something that you're working with the coaches. I do have to say, Arizona State University, they are a Division I school, so it is really competitive within the sports programs, and the coaches do a lot of recruitment on that end, but the students are welcome to provide additional videos or resources or anything to support kind of if they would like to try out for different sports, but that would be kind of outside.
Okay. Next question is from Brian Benyoni. This question is from Nairobi, Kenya. So the student is asking, can I do an online Master of Science in Physics at ASU? And what would be the requirement?
So for those programs that students are able to apply through Kaplan, that would be more the on-campus programs. So ASU Online does offer a wide range of degree programs. So I highly encourage, if you're interested in online degree programs, check out ASU Online to see what they might offer and the entry requirements for that. Our information is going to be more so for those applying to the on-campus programs.
Okay. Moving to the next question, which is from Shekhar Sharma. He's asking, are there any bachelor programs specifically targeted for students aiming to build a career in research in astrophysics? What are the scopes for research for same provided by ASU?
So with that specific of information, that would require a little bit more research on our end just to provide that information to you. With that very specific type of degree and the requirements and the opportunities, we could look further into that for you though.
Yeah, we do have astrophysics, a bachelor's level program. It's just that at what level you're able to grasp that opportunity of a research in the bachelor student would be difficult to say. So you can apply, but you have to work with your advisor to look for any opportunity with the department.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving to the next question. This is from Manas. He's asking, is SAT score considered for 2022 admissions?
Sorry, is what considered? Sorry.
That SAT scores
Oh,
considered
yes.
for 2022 admissions.
So for ASU, for undergraduate, they don't require the SAT or the ACT. They're really only going to be looking first at your GPA and your English language scores. So if you provide SAT, it's something, if you are borderline, let's say your GPA is not quite a 3.0, then they might consider your SAT as well, but it's not a requirement. So they won't consider that initially unless it would be that maybe your GPA wouldn't be kind of a clear entry into the degree program.
Okay. Next question is from Prem Kumar Verma, and he's asking, I am presently in class 11th. I have scored overall 6.5 band in IELTS. I want to know the process to get admission in ASU and the documents required.
So depending on your program, so definitely depending on the program you're interested in applying to, make sure that it wouldn't have kind of higher entry requirements for English language or a higher GPA requirement. Typically though, for the programs, you would require the last 3 complete years of official transcripts and then the English language scores to submit to that. And that would be all that's required to apply, along with a copy of your passport in per se.
Correct. You can be in touch with Shiksha team to get to know more about it. I'm sure it'll help you apply.
Yeah, absolutely.
Prem, you can let us know which program you are interested in. Maybe Amy will be able to help you then. Okay, moving to the next question. This is from Vipin Kumar. He's asking, so Prem is saying that he is interested in BTech in computer science. And he has scored 6.5 band in IELTS. So what would be the process to get admission for BTech in computer science and what documents are required?
So document has already been discussed by Amy. You just have to submit all of with this, go to the Kaplan website and apply. You want to take, you can be in touch with Shiksha counselor. They'll assist you further in submitting the application. So actually, if you have your high school, grade sheets, you're okay to just apply.
Okay. Moving to the next question. Okay. So moving to the next question, which is from Arman. He's asking, please tell me, is under 17 years 12th class student can apply for undergrad computer science program and get admission in under 18 years of age?
Yes, ASU does have students who are younger than 18 that are applying to the undergrad programs and can receive admission to that.
Okay. Students, if you have further questions, please post your questions in the Q&A section, or you can click raise hand tab to ask question directly to Amy and Meenakshi. We can wait for another 1 minute to get more questions.
Sure.
One question has been asked by Aradhya. She's asking, what is the ranking for computer science, ASU ranking in computer science program, bachelor's?
Overall, engineering school has been ranked 43 in the United States out of 5,000 universities, which United States has. So yeah, 43 school, an engineering school out of all the schools.
Okay. So one question, anonymous, has been asked by a student that are these going to be for 2021 September classes will be hybrid, or they are going to be on-campus programs?
It's a little too early to make that confirmation yet. It's something that ASU continually reviews to see what is the best and the most safe option for students. So it's possible, but it also could be on campus. It really depends. We're a little too early to make those final decisions on what fall 2021 would look like for them.
Okay. Shall we wait for another 1 minute to get more questions? Maybe then we can wind up.
Yeah.
There's a question asked by Akash. is bachelor's degree in computer science good enough to get placements, or master's will be required?
Placements. Not sure I completely, it's a very strong program. I'm not sure I completely understand the question.
Okay, so Akash is asking, is bachelor, if the student takes bachelor's degree in computer science, is it good enough for that student to get placements, or he has to do a master's, requires master's also to get a job or get placements?
I think that always depends on what career the student's looking for. So in some aspects of computer science, a master's degree might be beneficial, but it really depends on what focus they're looking on for their career and what would be beneficial. I think that's a kind of common across all different career options, is that at certain times a master's could enhance your potential for placements with like that, but you could still have a career and could still be offered placements with a bachelor's degree as well.
Correct, correct. So just to add on to what Amy said, at the undergraduate level, 89% of the students, and that's not specific data about only computer science graduates, undergraduate students who have shown an interest in getting a job, they've been able to get a job within 6 months of their graduation. So that's the placement statistics, but we don't have a CS specific data to talk about. That is all undergraduate students, including different programs across ASU. So you do get a job even if you have a bachelor's degree.
Okay. Okay, so there are few raised hands. I'm going to take few live questions. Priyak Tomar, I've unmuted you. You can please ask your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Does ASU offer a scholarship based on GRE score?
No, not the GRE score. So even on the graduate level, the scholarships are going to be based on the GPA and the English language level.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Priyak. Next is Sanika Patil. I've unmuted you. Please ask your question.
Yeah, I wanted to know some details about, does ASU provide any programs in hospitality? And if yes, can you give some details about it?
I don't have the specifics. I know that they do offer programs in hospitality, but I don't have the specifics in front of me. Yeah. A lot of the information for specific degrees, it's helpful to look on the information on the ASU website or the Kaplan website as well, which provides a lot of information for that. Sorry, Meenakshi, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. I was just saying we have base in hospitality and tourism available at our Lake House campus. If you want to apply, and West Campus also offers that program. Again, you can be in touch with Shiksha, and I can share the link with you so that you can refer to these links and apply for the program. Yeah, thank you for your question.
Thank you so much, Sanika. I think we have got a lot of questions done. With this, I think we can now close this session. Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you so much, Meenakshi, for taking out time and answering questions. And this was a really informative session. Students, you will get in, the Shiksha counselors will get in touch with you in case you want to directly speak with Meenakshi or Amy for your further assistance. Shiksha counselor will help you in, will help you or will connect you with these two. So I am Meenakshi or Amy, is there any email address that you would like to share with the students in case if they want to directly get in touch with you, or you want Shiksha counselors to get in touch with them?
I'm just sharing mine with you, Lakshmi. You can share it with the students if you want.
Sure.
Just putting in the chat box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share that with you privately.
So students, I'm sharing Meenakshi's email address. In case you want to get connected with her directly, you can send her an email. So once again, thank you so much, Meenakshi. Thank you so much, Amy, for taking out time and for sharing insights and answering a lot of questions. And we hope that you both also enjoyed interacting with the students.
Absolutely.
And with this, we come to the end of the session. Yeah.
Hi,
So thank you so
one
much.
second, please. Can you please allow me to say a sentence? Thank you so much, Amy, Meenakshi, and Lakshmi. It was really an informative session. Will it be possible for you guys to send us a recording of this session?
Yes.
So that in case we want
this
to get back to the questions that were asked and the information that you shared, will it be possible for you to send us the recording?
That will be with Shiksha.
This session will be uploaded on Shiksha Study Abroad's YouTube channel. So you can view this session there on the YouTube channel. Also, this will also be uploaded in ASU's Shiksha profile on studyabroad.shiksha.com, and you can view this video at this ASU profile also.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Lakshmi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day. Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you so much, Meenakshi, once again. Thank you so much, students, for joining us today, and have a great day.
Have a lovely evening ahead. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye all.